With the release of Augusta, it's finally time for our Dragon Daddy to shine. Not just Augusta, he can significantly buff multiple top-tier DPS characters as a 4-star. Honestly, he is even better than many 5-star units. In this video, I will cover everything you need to know: his kit, best builds, weapons and echoes, teams, rotations, and more. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Mortefi's skills are really simple. He gains his forte circuit stacks from intro skill, resonance skill, and normal attacks. The forte stacks gained from basic attacks are increased within 5 seconds of using his resonance skill. When the forte is filled, he can unleash an enhanced skill, dealing more damage, and is important for his concerto. His liberation is the main source of his damage. Using it unleashes a coordinated hit alongside the basic attacks of active characters and unleashes 2 hits if it is a heavy attack. With S1, he unleashes 2 hits alongside resonance skills as well. This damage is considered as resonance liberation damage. It lasts for 10 seconds, which is extended by 7 seconds with his 4th sequence, and has a cooldown of 20 seconds. His best value comes from his outro skill. It is the 38% heavy attack damage amplification he provides to the next character. His first inherent skill increases the damage of his forte resonance skill by 25% within 8 seconds of casting the normal resonance skill. The second inherent skill gradually increases the coordinated attack damage from his liberation. For his talent priority, prioritize his liberation, followed by forte, basic attacks, resonance, and intro skill, which can be leveled slightly or skipped. Moving on to his sequences, I usually cover this part at the end, but since his sequences are quite important, I figured I should cover them first before moving on with this guide. The first sequence allows Mortefi to launch 2 coordinated hits when his liberation is active alongside the resonance skills of the on-field characters. This is not that big of a deal, but is useful when using him as a coordinated attacker for Jinxie, as she uses quite a lot of resonance skills. The second sequence gives additional resonance energy to Mortefi. The third sequence increases the crit damage of his liberation by 30%. All the sequences until the third one are not really important. The biggest upgrade of Mortefi starts from his 4th sequence. This sequence increases his liberation duration by 7 seconds, which is huge. The 5th sequence gives a slight damage increase to his coordinated hits. The 6th sequence is the other big upgrade, where he provides 20% attack to the entire team with his liberation cast. If you are planning for his sequences, the S4 is the most important one. However, don't risk your 5-star pity for pulling it. Moving on to his weapons. The best weapon for Mortefi will always be the static mist, unless we have a new pistol that provides more buffs. Other 5-star options we have are the Last Dance and Woodland area. Both are slightly better in terms of Mortefi's damage, but static mist is better for overall team damage, as it buffs the main DPS. For 4 stars, you can use the relativistic jet as it gives attack percent and resonance energy, Nova Burst, Thunderbolt, Pistol 26, and Undying Flame. All these 4 stars are pretty much close in damage. There's one more weapon, Cadenza, that you can use. It gives 51.8% energy regen and restores concerto energy. It badly hurts Mortefi's personal damage, but leads to more comfortable runs. However, I would still prefer the damage-dealing weapons over it. Moving on to his best echo sets. There are 3 echo sets for him, 2 core sets and 1 niche set. Let's talk about the core sets. Moonlit Clouds with Impermanence Heron Echo skill, and Empyrean Anthem with Hecate Echo skill. Many of you might be confused between these two, but the answer is quite simple. The Moonlit Clouds provides more buffs to the next character but leads to less personal damage, and the Empyrean Anthem provides slightly less buffs but more personal damage. The difference between these 2 sets is very less, but the better one depends on various factors. If your echoes are really good, has double crit on all of them, and if the weapon is a 5-star weapon like Static Mist, then Empyrean is slightly better because Most of Mortefi's damage is coordinated attacks, so he benefits the most from Hecate's passive. If your echoes are not that good with subpar substats, or if you plan to run a cheap build, then use the Moonlit set. And if the main DPS has much higher investments than Mortefi, then I would suggest running the Moonlit Clouds for providing more buffs to them. If you are using Mortefi in a double DPS team, something like this, then Empyrean Anthem is better as it can buff both the characters. And lastly, one more set I would like to mention is the Flaming Claw print. This set primarily buffs fusion and resonance liberation damage. It is a set made for Lupa, but Mortefi can use it as well, because most of his damage is considered as liberation damage. However, it is only usable in fusion teams, specifically mono fusion teams, as it buffs the fusion damage of the entire team. But the thing is, Mortefi is not the best character for such teams, but he is still viable. For his energy requirements, try to aim for 10 to 20% energy regen to get his liberation back on time. With the Empyrean Anthem, try to go for the upper amount or maybe higher if possible. For his echo stats, crit rate or damage on the 4 cost, double fusion on the 3 cost, and attack percent on the 1 cost. And for his substats, prioritize energy regen, followed by crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, and flat attack. Moving on to his team comps. Mortefi is the only other 4-star sub-DPS than Sanhua that is really strong and can even compete with the 5-star characters. He has really good personal damage, fast concerto generation, and provides strong, heavy attack buffs. There are quite a lot of characters that can benefit from this buff. Jian, Zanny, and Phoebe, all of them deal mostly heavy attack damage, or a huge portion of their damage consists of heavy attack. The new character AUgusta will also need Mortefi, as she deals mostly heavy attack damage, hence can benefit a lot from his buffs. Until we get someone that can provide better buffs, Mortefi will be the best buffer for her. And the character that can effectively utilize the double coordinated hits of Mortefi that is triggered alongside heavy attacks are Jian and Zanny. Danjin is another character that can make use of Mortefi's buff. There are better options than him, but for 4 stars, he is the best one. Usually the last slot of these teams will be filled by a sustain support, like Shorekeeper or Verena. But for Phoebe or Zanny, you will need to use a Spectro Frazzle applier like Spectro, Rover, or Phoebe. And a pretty fun team that I enjoy using is a triple husbando team with Jian and Brand. Jinxie is a character that benefits from coordinated hits. As such, Mortefi can be used here. But aside from the coordinated attacks, he provides nothing else to the team. So, there are others who are better at this job. And before his S4, his burst duration is very less, so he becomes much worse. If I have no 5-star options, I would prefer Yuanwu over Mortefi, as he has easier access to coordinated attacks with minimal field time, and he doesn't need his outro, so it shortens the entire team rotation significantly, and he can hold the rejuvenating glow set due to the Originite Type 4 Gauntlet. Aside from these teams, Mortefi can be used in a mono fusion team with Lupa, if you have any of the 5-star fusion characters missing, or if you cannot use Shorekeeper or Verena. Mortefi is perfectly viable here, and I would recommend using the Flaming Claw print or Empyrean Anthem here. Moving on to his rotation. His rotation is quite simple. We usually start with his intro, which fills his forte by half. Then use his resonance skill to completely fill it, and use the enhanced skill. Then use his basic attack combo, which will fill his forte again. Use the enhanced skill, liberation, echo, and outro. Few important things to keep in mind. If you get any dodge counters, you can shorten his rotation accordingly. Make sure to always time the liberation with his outro, so that the main DPS that comes who are mostly a heavy attack user can trigger multiple coordinated hits. Using it too early leads to wasting a huge chunk of his damage potential, and also his buffing potential. If you have his S6, the ultimate fills 20 concerto, That is slightly less than quarter of his concerto gauge, so time it accordingly. After playing him for some time, you get the judgment of when to cast the Liberation to perfectly align it with his outro. The only exception is while using him with Jinsi to get faster access to coordinated attacks, or while using him with 2 DPS characters in a quick swap team. So using his Liberation early can be good for providing the Empyrean buff. Using the base resonance skill boosts the forte gain from his basic attacks for 5 seconds, so make sure you are always using the basic attacks after his resonance skill to benefit from this. You can also try some quick swap shenanigans with him by swap canceling the enhanced forte skills. So overall, Mortefi is one of the must-build 4-star units that is able to support many top-tier 5-star DPS characters. He has good personal damage, fast concerto generation, and very easy to play. His downsides, if I had to say, is the fact that a lot of his potential is locked behind his sequences, especially the 4th one. Without it, his Liberation has a downtime of 10 seconds. But since he is a 4-star, his sequences are easy to get. Even if you don't have them right now, you will eventually get it. Let me know in the comments if you found this video helpful. Join my Discord server to chat and have fun with more gacha game players. That was all for this video. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content. Thanks for watching.